I didn't have anybody to talk to, not even in school. I'm the mysterious type, like I know a lot about people, but nobody knows a lot about me. I was the counselor, but I needed counsel too, and there was nobody to counsel me. So I just had to deal with my problems. And around that time, it just got too much because the next day I was supposed to write WAEC, and it was further maths. And I'm very good in mathematics. It was not even the exam I was reasoning. It was the tension of after exam, where I'm going to be next. That was just weighed me down. And my classmates, they were like, "Are you okay?" Well, I couldn't tell anybody about it. That was an anxiety and panic attack.
So how did you overcome this anxiety? Now that you are more mature and more grown up, how did you overcome the anxiety? How will you advise some things that are passing through this invisibility issue in their houses too? There are a lot of teenagers out there that actually come from Christian homes too, and they have issues, you understand? Parents, there's no communication between them and their parents too. So how will you advise a teenager that is in his parents' house or her parents' house now? How do you think that they can bridge that gap, that communication gap between the parents, and how do you, as you did yours, how do you advise them to face that challenge too?
Okay, it's not all parents that are happy. That different people have different type of parents. Some people's parents already castigate them for doing stuff. Some people's parents look down on them, and that will not give them the room to go and talk with them. So if you're in a situation like that, it took me years to even say this thing, because growing up, I was not free. I was not free with my dad or anything. So just recently, so I would say you should learn to understand yourself better, because learn to understand yourself better and learn to understand your parents. That's when good communication can start. So if you understand yourself and you see yourself better, you can be more responsible and you can be more mature, and you can talk with your parents about it. Even though they bring you down, it's better you talk with them about it than them bringing you down. But how I overcame mine, it was around my after WAEC period. So I joined I was in Teens Church. I became the coordinator. Coordinator was I was pastoring a church, a Teens Church. And at that time, I was like, how am I going to do this when I'm still facing my own challenges? So the pastor that time, I also advise you to join a small fellowship, because even if you're not free with your parents, you can be free with your pastor. Because the Bible says pastors are like your teachers. So you can be free with your pastor. So around that time, I was growing in my faith, I was growing in my Christian walk. And even though I was still struggling, struggles don't go overnight. They take serious time and serious discipline. A tree does not grow in one day. It takes time. You might still find yourself falling back into some stuff, but that doesn't mean that you're a failure. You just have to get back up. I learned that my pastor always told me to not be hard on myself, that I should learn to forgive myself. And sometimes it's hard to forgive, and it's also hard to forget what you did.